this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a really easy and simple target stand. This is what it looks like when it's finished. Yeah, I'll show you what you need to make it now. To make this target stand you will need a drill and a drill bit, some metal, whatever metal you have. This is like some really strong steel cable that I used, a A4 sheet of paper, some pliers, some scissors, what's these called, zip ties, some safety glasses, an angle grinder with a nice thin cutting blade, and some sort of material that you can use to as the backing. You can either use like cardboard, or you could use like some wood or like rubber. The one that I used is a really good strong plastic, but you don't want to use a type of plastic like this, which is it's quite brittle, and when you shoot it, it's been shot here with 44 Magnum, it will just make a big hole. And I'll show you this plastic, what it does from a 44 Magnum. So here's the hole where it got shot for 44 Magnum, and you can see pretty much closed up, just one small bit that broke out, which is just because it was so big. The 44 Magnum round's so big that it chipped a bit off. This is what it does to metal, so that's the size hole that it makes in metal. And this, it would be pretty much closed up if it didn't chip that out, and any smaller caliber would just make a hole and then it would pretty much close up to be like back, so you'd be able to get thousands of rounds. It'll last. You're also going to need a welder, some welding rods, a welding mask, and a chipping hammer if you want. Also a vise, a nice strong vise. So how I made this was I started off with that metal and I cut a piece. I put a A4 bit of paper to get so I could see that it's got some space around the edges, put tape and that, and then I just cut the metal to size that I wanted, and I left a bit so you could stick it in the ground, and I welded it together. So I cut the metal with the angle grinder to the size of the cutting blade, and over here it was a bit messed up, so I put a small joint in, and I left the piece of paper in the middle when I was welding so I can make sure that it was the right size the whole time. Then I let it cool down, and yeah, it was once it was all together, I got the bit of plastic and I cut that to the right size using some scissors, and then I drilled some holes in for these zip ties, and I just stuck those zip ties through. So I drilled those holes with this drill bit, which is the right size, so you could get these zip ties through, and I tightened them up really tight with the pliers and cut off the ends. And yeah, it's pretty much done. So that's how you make it. And the targets that I use on it is just printouts that I do. So you just print out A4 bit of paper that I stick it down with some tape. And I've got a whole book, some tape that you can use of different targets. You just stick down and you just stick it in the ground where you want, and you can shoot it. And it's really great for sighting in your rifle and doing some accurate shooting. Yeah, it'll last ages with this type of plastic if you can find it, because it just closes up the hole once you've shot it. And yeah, now that you know how to make it, go out and make your own, and I'll have a video on shooting it up soon, and I'll put a link in the description, and yeah, we'll see how long it lasts.